What is going on, Multiversers? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the next episode in the Yay or Nay series. Woo, we got an interesting one today. Never did I think I'd make a video about Yogi Bear for some type of fighter video game. This is a strange one. We'll see how it goes, but Yogi Bear is the character we'll be discussing today, and if you haven't seen the series before, very quick, very simple rules. I'm going to show off a few potential attacks that Yogi could bring with him into Multiverses, go over a couple different alternate costume ideas, and then we just kind of vote down in the comments. Either say yay, you would like to see this character as a playable character for Multiverses, or nay, you would not want to see this character playable for Multiverses. Simple rules. So let's start things off with the first possible attack for Yogi Bear that I came up with, and of course it's the good old pick-a-nick basket. This one is classic Yogi right here. It's got written all over the attack, right? So he's got a picnic basket, and the attack, he will end up reaching into a picnic basket and he'll pull out like a random food item. And what the attack is, he pulls out the food and then he eats it, right? But the second part of the attack is the food itself becomes some sort of an item that you can use on the battlefield. So for example, and of course when he eats the food he heals himself a little bit. So for example, say he pulls out a chicken leg where he eats it real quickly, but now you have that bone from the chicken leg that will drop to the ground and it becomes an item that you can throw at somebody. Maybe it becomes a boomerang effect or has a boomerang like effect. I don't know, maybe just throw a chicken leg, maybe that makes more sense. Another possible idea could be like, say, a bowl of soup. Pulls out a bowl of soup for, I don't know how you don't spill it if you're pulling it out of a picnic basket real quick, but he pulls out a bowl of soup, slurps it down real quick, no problem. And then say the bowl itself is what's left over. And say he could take that bowl and just kind of like chuck it outwards. Something like that, I don't know. But, you know, you could use all sorts of different other food items. I don't know, a banana and the banana peel falls to the ground and, you know, you could slip on it or something. I don't know. A pie. No, wait, we already have a pie, so you can't do that. But you get what I mean. Take a food item, he eats it, but then, like, there's a secondary part to the food attack where that becomes, like, the attack itself. So it's kind of like two different parts to it, but it makes sense, right? Yogi needs to eat his food. Move number 2. This one I'm calling the vine swing. No, don't do it for the vine because that's a different thing. No, the vine swing. So this is going to be a fun little tactic, callback to a tactic, I should say, that Yogi would use to take park goers' food. So what he does is he would stand in a tree in the episodes and then he would like take a vine and he kind of like swing across and swoop up the food real quick. So that's kind of the attack. I mean, he's not going to be standing in a tree unless you're playing on the treehouse, but no. So the attack itself, a magic vine just randomly appears and he swings from left to right or right to left, depending on which direction you're facing. So it's not going to cover the entire stage because that's kind of broken, but it will have a certain distance that the vine can travel, you know, from one side to the other. And how the attack works is as he's swinging, if he makes contact with somebody in the air, well, then they kind of collide and they deal damage. So not only that, though, not only is that like the attack, I know it's kind of a little meh, but it's still something. You got to get classic Yogi in here somewhere, right? But you can use this move not only as an attack, but you can also use it as recovery, you know, like horizontal recovery. So you get knocked pretty far off stage. You could use this to cover a lot of distance, and of course, if your opponent's going to try to come knock into you and try to, you know, disrupt your jump, well, if the move happen hits them first, well then, you know, you're fine and you can kind of recover hopefully from there. So quick little idea, vine swing right into the opponent is what I have for move number 2. Move number 3, we're calling this the escape plan because the idea for the move that I got this for, the episode was actually titled Escape Plan, so I figured it kind of fit. So for the attack itself, I imagine this kind of being his up special, his recovery type attack. Yogi will be attached to a tree that when the attack is activated, he'll get flung into the air at a pretty fast speed. This will be great for obviously recovering vertically. So, you know, if you get, you know, knocked down below the stage and you're trying to get back to a platform or something, no problem. This one will fling him up pretty high. So, and you can charge this. So like the longer you charge it, the farther he's going to go flying upward. So it's one of those type of deals, which is pretty cool. But Yep, and then maybe you could even give him like a little parachute once he reaches the apex of his drop. Then, you know, kind of comes floating back down safely, but, you know, we'll see what happens with that. But either way, escape plan is what this is called. Shoots up, straight up into the air, and kind of comes back down. Just his way of trying to get back to the stage as safely as he can. Moving on to the alternate costume portion. Now, I got 3 different ideas for you guys, but as always, if you have your own ideas for alternate costumes, feel free to drop those in the comments. But first up, we're going to go pretty simple here. The baseball look. Yogi dons the baseball jersey. He's got the hat on. I guess if you wanted to give him the pitcher's mitt, the glove, I guess that could be a part of it too, but I don't know if that really needs to be a part of the look, but either way, the baseball uniform and the hat, perfect little idea here. Second idea would be his Beethoven look, and yes, that is a play on Beethoven, so obvious reasons, but Beethoven, he gets all dressed up fancy like, and yeah, well, I mean, you guys see the little screenshot, but yes, Beethoven. And then last but not least, third idea would be Dr. Yogi. Now this one would just be a really cool reference to the Jellystone series that is on, and the doctor, like in the Jellystone series, Yogi is an actual doctor in that, so that's why I went doctor look. So it'd be a cool reference. You could even make this possibly like a legendary skin. You could get like a different voice actor, you know, the one that actually voices Yogi on the show, to come record some lines or something like that. But it's an idea nonetheless. But there you go. There's some ideas for how Yogi might look if he were to come into Multiverses. All right, so now I'm going to give my opinion, yay or nay. Do I want Yogi as a playable character? So, like, no doubt Yogi's iconic. He's classic. You could say he's probably earned his spot, you know? If we're going to talk about WB franchises that they own, yes, WB does own Hanna-Barbera, and like Yogi kind of paved the way for so many. Like, he was one of the first animated series that really made it big. So it's just kind of absolutely crazy to think that Yogi is even getting talked about for a game like this, to put him in a platform fighter. Like, heck, if we can make something happen for Fred Flintstone, I mean, George Jetson could be on here, Yogi Bear could be a possibility. Like, it's just crazy the times we live in, but it's great times we live in sometimes. But for me, though, I'm going to have to say nay, only because there's just way too many characters that are ahead of Yogi that I'd much rather see. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve a spot, but for me, it's just, if there was a cutoff at we only get like another 20 characters, Yogi wouldn't make the cut for me. There's just too many other characters I would much rather see. So for me, it's going to be a nay. Let me know what you guys got down in the comments, yay or nay for Yogi. We'll see what happens. But we'll be back again next Sunday. Unless the open beta comes out, then we might take a pause on this series for a week. But the next time we do have a series episode for the Yay or Nay series, the updated stats will be, well, updated and present in that video as well. But that is going to be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed as always. And I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.